when we start a career, I think there are a few things that I think we should keep in mind. One of the most important thing is to really take up a profession or choose a function that suits us. Now, this is an advice that you may have received or you may have read about from many people. It makes all the common sense because if, say, someone like Sachin, whose physique and maybe to a certain degree skill set also were almost perfect for a first class batsman, if he would have taken up the or pursued the ambition of being a fast bowler, irrespective of the effort that he put in, he may not have succeeded to the degree that he succeeded as a batsman. In the same way, I think if we choose the right function or the right type of work for us, um, then we have a good chance of actually making it big. But if we don't, if we do the contrary, I think it'll prove to be counterproductive in the short as well as the long run. So that's all good advice, which even I received when I was starting my career. But then, how do you choose the right profession? Um, and how do you know what is the right profession for you? That's quite a complicated question to answer. And I don't think there is much sound advice on it. Um, Now, I have discovered a few things by trial and error, and I've observed them to work for other people as well. So, what I feel can be quite useful is to really understand your personality. Now, whether you are an introvert or whether you are an extrovert, because if you are an introvert and you're going to be in a job that really wants or needs the professional to be an extrovert, you have very little chance of succeeding. I think the second thing that is quite important is to understand whether you are really someone who follows the rule or who questions the tradition. Um, if you are someone who follows the rule, then maybe you should go into a job that rewards people who are compliant. Whereas if you uh, are really someone who naturally questions the norm, then you should take up a job uh, which requires you to actually fundamentally shift or move the dial when it comes to the how things happen. The third thing is about thinking or feeling. So there are some people who naturally think more compared to feel, and there are others who naturally feel rather than think. And the fourth dimension is that, which is quite hard to explain, but maybe you can do some reading by yourself, is whether you're judging or perceiving. So there are some people who judge, who have a very quantitative way of analyzing things, and that is how they make their opinion. But whereas there are some people who are really deep, who have a deep sense of intuition and are very perceptive. Um, Now, these are four very broad categories, but they can help you understand yourself much better than what you do right now. Now, there is a free resource that can help you to diagnose this, which goes by the name of 16 personalities. So if you Google just 16 personalities, you will hopefully get a link there which you can use for free to understand your personality type. There are some other things that will come out there, but that is a very, very important thing. And once you do know your personality type, it also gives you an archetype, which tells you what is the so archetype can be, say, a nurse or an architect or a debater. And if you know your archetype and your personality type, then you can also go and look up um, people who are of that type and professions that suit you. So that's a very good start, I think. And the only suggestion that I would have is that don't rush this. So it's not like one fine day you get up and you do your personality test and you get the answer of what you need to do in life. It's a constant process. And to be fair, even after 20 years of professional life, I still am discovering really what I want to do. So it's not a thing that you do and you just stop. So Point number one, it is that you must try your level best to understand what is that drives you, what is your personality type, and what are your aspirations. This will also help you to find suitable role models that actually share your traits. Because it's very, very easy for a young person to get drawn by all the hype that surrounds some personalities. But you would find that naturally you may not connect with that person as much, and that person may not think or operate in a manner that you naturally do. So it's better to find people who have succeeded and are of your personality type, and then maybe read more about it. This point of reading is very, very important because it will give you the insight to understand that one can succeed with a certain set of strengths and a certain set of weaknesses. And you don't necessarily need to eliminate all your weaknesses to succeed, which is normally an illusion that we carry for a very long period of in our life, where we are constantly trying to focus and remove our weaknesses. I want to give you a couple of examples when it comes to this. So people who would have studied or who would have followed Bill Gates in say 90s or early 2000s because he was the richest guy in the world would have never guessed all his misadventures when it came to girls and the parties that he used to throw, which have come out in limelight in the last 2 3 years. So you'd have never guessed that this person had this weakness, but he had it, and it didn't stop him from becoming what he became or being a successful person. So don't look at Bill Gates and think that I am going to role model myself in that way. I'll be like this studious guy, which I saw a few of my friends doing. And I found it ridiculous even then. But now that I look back and I know more about him, it is even more ridiculous to try and change yourself to be someone whom you are not. I'm sure you've heard about Bruce Lee, right? Now he's an epitome of discipline. So for someone like you, that you would think that he would have perfect self-control, right? That's the perception you would have. But if you go and read about him, you would find that yes, he was very hardworking. He had a lot of passion. He had a lot of drive, all of that. But you would be amazed to know that he had a postmarital affair or extramarital affair. Sorry. So, so don't strive for perfection. Be who you are, but develop this innate confidence that you can succeed with all the goods and the bads that you have. So in this video, I spoke about what is that you can do to discover your core strengths. In the next video, I'll tell you the what are the parameters that you should apply when choosing the profession. Thank you. Bye.